Hackers are now using AI to generate malware that rewrites itself every time it spreads. It's called AI-generated polymorphic malware, and it's designed to evade traditional antivirus detection. So the real question is, can defensive AI actually stop it? Well, today we're testing Norton 360's new AI engine against it, and I'll show you a privacy tool that Norton offers for free, even if you never buy the antivirus. All right, quick bit of context first. Traditional antivirus runs on something called signature-based detection. It memorizes known malware fingerprints and blocks anything that matches, and it worked well until malware started changing itself faster than signatures could keep up. Today, AI-generated malware can rewrite its own code in milliseconds and disguise itself as something harmless like a PDF. Think of old malware like a criminal in a striped shirt. The police spot the shirt and they make the arrest. But if he swaps the shirt, then he can walk right past them. Well, AI malware is a shapeshifter. 1 second it looks like a grandma, the next it's a dog, and then it's a mailbox. Norton's AI doesn't focus on the shirt, it analyzes behavior patterns instead, more like a thermal camera that reveals what's really happening underneath. Hey everybody, and welcome back to Safety Detectives, and if this video saves you from one scam text this year, then hit subscribe. All right, but let's get to testing Norton 360. So let's start with the core question here. Can Norton actually stop threats it hasn't seen before? And that includes zero-day attacks where there's no signature or detection history yet. Norton's real-time protection isn't just signature-based anymore. Yes, it still uses antivirus definitions, but every serious antivirus does. But the layers doing most of the heavy lifting today are behavioral detection, heuristic analysis, and machine learning models running in real time. So instead of asking, have I seen this file before, Norton's engine focuses on behavior and intent. What is this program actually doing on your system? Is it suddenly encrypting hundreds of files, quietly injecting code into its memory, modifying critical system settings, or reaching out to suspicious external servers? Those behaviors can trigger a block even if that exact file hasn't been seen before. And that shows up clearly in testing results. In independent lab-style evaluations and controlled malware testing, Norton detected 100% of nearly 1,000 malware samples, including threats that were delivered in compressed and encrypted formats. And that matters because modern attacks are often delivered through archived scripts or obfuscated payloads rather than plain executable files anymore. It also blocked a ransomware simulator running multiple attack scenarios, even catching activity after manual exclusions were attempted. And that's the behavior layer working as intended. Now, that handles traditional malware, but many modern attacks don't always arrive as obvious malware at all. They come through emails, text, fake invoices, and AI-generated media or deepfake videos. And this is where Norton's AI scam layer comes in through tools like SafeWeb, Safe SMS, and AI Assistant, Norton Genie. Genie works as an AI-assisted scam analysis tool. You can paste in a suspicious message or link, and it analyzes language patterns commonly tied to phishing and impersonation. SafeWeb flags malicious sites before you land on them, and Safe SMS can scan for scam indications in text messages. And that's crucial because many successful attackers today rely more on social engineering and persuasion rather than technical exploits. Okay, so obviously strong detection is step one, but today antivirus alone isn't enough. The real value comes from the additional protection layers that are built around it. Norton's VPN now advertises 100+ server locations across 65 countries, and on Norton 360 plans, the data is unlimited. Older antivirus bundles often cap data usage, so that's a meaningful upgrade. Streaming, browsing, and securing public Wi-Fi connections feel smooth in normal use. It uses strong encryption and includes core security features like a kill switch, which helps protect your data if the connection drops unexpectedly. Now, it's not designed to replace top-tier standalone VPN services, but for a VPN inside of a full security suite, it's practical and usable. And realistically, most people just need secure encryption on public Wi-Fi, not advanced geo-routing setups. Next is dark web monitoring, and this is where the focus shifts to personal risk. Norton monitors breach intelligence databases and known leak sources for exposed emails, phone numbers, and other personal data. If your information appears in a breach being traded or shared, then you get alerted immediately. Many people don't realize that their data has been exposed until months later when fraudulent charges show up or accounts get hijacked. So early warnings like this can give you time to change passwords, passwords, freeze credits, and secure accounts before the damage spreads. Okay, now let's talk about ransomware. If ransomware encrypts your files, antivirus stopping the program is really important, but your files may already be locked. And that's where Norton's Cloud Backup comes in. It automatically backs up important files to secure cloud storage. So if ransomware hits, you can restore files instead of negotiating with attackers. It's not a magic shield, but it dramatically reduces the damage that ransomware can cause. The thing is, ransomware only has leverage if you don't have a clean copy of your files. Once that leverage is reduced, the attacker loses much of their power. But modern security suites are designed very differently. In normal day-to-day use, Norton runs quietly in the background using idle time scanning and smarter resource management to keep performance stable. Real-time protection typically keeps CPU usage low, ramping up only when behaviors look suspicious. During my testing, Norton detected every malware file without noticeably slowing down the system or generating large files or false positives, which lines up with how lightweight the background process feels in real use. There's also silent mode available, which suppresses notifications and background tasks when you're in full screen apps. And on supported systems, Game Optimizer prioritizes system resources so security processes don't compete with your game mid-session. Modern antiviruses need to be built around efficiency because protection only works if people are willing to keep it running. In real-world use, Norton 360 stays mostly unobstructive while protections run in the background. All right, let's circle back to that free tool that I mentioned earlier. Norton Password Manager is available on its own, but you don't need to buy the full suite in order to use it. And from a security standpoint, this might be the most practical tool that Norton offers. That's because most account takeovers don't happen because someone hacked your device. They happen because your email and password combination leaked in a breach years ago and got reused elsewhere. So the fix to that is pretty simple in theory. Every site gets a unique high entropy password. Since nobody realistically remembers dozens of complex passwords, the manager generates them for you, and that's what makes this tool so valuable. The passwords are long, randomized, and designed to resist brute force attacks. And passwords are stored inside an encrypted vault, and the system is designed so your credentials stay protected even if someone accesses the device itself. And when you revisit a site, those passwords will autofill instantly. Just watch this. I'll create a new login here, generate a password, and save it into my vault. Now, when I reload the page, it autofills automatically without me having to remember pretty much anything. Now, there are a few things worth noting here. It supports two-factor authentication for the vault itself. On mobile, you can unlock with biometrics, and there's a passwordless unlock feature. You can approve a vault login from your phone instead of typing your master password on desktop. And that reduces exposure on potentially compromised machines, which is a nice bonus. And yes, autofill also reduces how often you manually are typing credentials, which can lower exposure to keylogging attacks. Is this the most advanced password manager on the market? No, and it doesn't try to be an enterprise tool, but it's straightforward, reliable, and syncs consistently across multiple devices. So if you change only one habit, then improving password hygiene makes a real difference, and this gives you a free way to start doing that. Now, when you open the LifeLock dashboard on the US plans, you immediately see what Norton is really building toward. You're looking at credit monitoring alerts, dark web exposure notices, and identity activity tied to your personal data. And in the higher tiers, there's actual financial coverage behind it. Depending on the plan, reimbursement limits scale from around $25,000 up to $100,000. And in the top Ultimate Plus tier, up to $1 million in stolen funds reimbursement, plus up to $1 million for personal expenses, along with legal support coverage. Because even if malware gets blocked, scams can still happen, data breaches are quite common, credentials still leak, and sometimes the damage doesn't just show up as a mere pop-up warning. It shows up in your bank accounts or other accounts. Free antivirus tools are great at stopping malicious files, but they're not built for identity recovery or fraud monitoring. Norton's higher tier plans are designed to help with exactly that. So the question becomes less about did I get a virus and more about if something slips through the cracks, what happens next? And that's a very different level of protection here. So here's my overall takeaway. Norton 360 feels aligned with how modern attacks actually work these days. The behavioral detection is strong, strong, the AI scam tools address real-world threats, and the VPN backup and monitoring layers add meaningful coverage. It's definitely not perfect, but then no suite is. So if you're looking for layered protection that goes beyond scanning files, Norton remains one of the strongest all-around options right now. To get the Password Manager that we talked about for free, check out the link below, and if you're gonna get the full Norton 360 suite, click our exclusive discount link down in the description as well. It'll save you some money and help support this channel, which we really appreciate. But as always, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.